First night of the trip we spent 100 k's north of Port Augusta before we moved on to the South Australia Northern Territory border. Now looking at the campground at the back of the Devil's Marbles National Park area. This isn't the first time we visited Daly Waters, but it is actually the first time we've stopped there overnight. Normally it's quite crowded, you'd have to be there quite early. We fueled up at Mataranka, so while there we went and had a look at the Mataranka thermal pool. And then a quick look at the Bitter Springs, which is seen here. And from there it was on to Katherine, where we set up in the caravan park. The following day we set off to the Katherine Gorge for a quick gorge tour. Here you see the boats where you jump from one river height to the next one so you can continue onwards. Another one of the boats there. Although we didn't stop here at Edith Falls, it is one of our nicer locations that we did enjoy when we spent quite a few nights there once before. Coenda with its yellow water cruises, absolute magic place this one. We love going here. Many cruises have been enjoyed on this one. Great water reflections, heaps of crocodiles, water lilies, absolutely splendid. After setting up base at Jabiru, it was off out here to Cahill's Crossing. We didn't know at the time that it was a tidal crossing. It might have been nicer when the tide was up and there was more water, but very nice. We also jumped on an aircraft and we went out to Jim Jim Falls with a scenic flight out over the escarpment here. Not a lot of water over Jim Jim Falls this time we were there, and our group on this flight. And the caravan park at Jabiru that we stayed at. The Adelaide River jumping crocodiles, we took a cruise there. Always amazing how high these guys can get up out of the water. This one was done in an open boat, so the buggers had better not jump in. Now at Litchfield National Park, where we stopped to view Florence Falls from the top lookout. On our way back into Darwin, we went into the Bluey Rock Hole to have a bit of a look. Running water here. It was an overcast day when we went out here to Crab Claw, but still a very nice place. Great setting alongside the beach. Looking inside the resort area. On our way back into Darwin, we stopped at Noonamar Tavern. Thought we'd have ourselves a counter meal. Oh, did the rain pour down, heavy as. The Adelaide River War Cemetery, a must visit when you're in the area. Very moving to read some of the headstones and realise how young so many soldiers were. While we're at Kununurra, we took a drive out and had a look at the Ivanhoe Crossing. We had some hot days on this trip, and even though it was raining, it was nice to get into the pool at Kununurra and cool down. And Lake Argyle, you can't go to Kununurra without going out to the lake for a bit of a look around. We had some great sunsets on this trip, and this one at Kununurra looking from the caravan park was no exception. Camera doesn't always do them justice, but there's some very nice ones. Once we left Kununurra, we were basically heading for home. Here we are free camping between Tea Tree and Aileron, and here we are at the Desert Oaks camp area, which is 30 kilometres north of Eldunda. We enjoyed our last night in a free camp 100 k's north of Port Augusta before finally returning home.